I think it's time that I finally spoke about the wrestling company that has been my go-to wrestling company and the first company I ever watched, which is TNA. That's right, we're crossing the line. Sound the alarm. Somebody on YouTube is talking about TNA. It has been a very weird, very interesting time for the TNA rebrand in the month plus that they have been a thing as TNA once again. And I feel like it's definitely worth talking about. So the TNA rebrand started off so well. Hard to Kill came around. We saw all the new belts. The belts look incredible, by the way. As someone who likes good belts, you know, we got the North American Championship over there. The TNA belts look absolutely stunning, and I think they are genuinely the nicest looking set of belts currently going in any company. Fight me on that one. Hard to Kill was a fantastic show, had a lot of good matches. Nick Nemeth showed up, which was crazy, and just when it looked like TNA were on the up and up, that's when everything kind of hit the fan, because Anthem announced that they were firing Scott D'Amore as president of TNA, and we're bringing in somebody who has no wrestling experience, no experience in the wrestling industry at all. And that's when you start to think, okay, maybe not the best idea. And, you know, all of that. But, hey, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not like TNA have ever been in a situation where they've had a president who knew nothing about the wrestling industry. And even if they did, it's not like the company went downhill at that time, right? Right? No, but all jokes aside, it is a very weird time and kind of worrying, because it's not just that you've got to think about, but the fact that all of the talent have been seemingly against this move and have been writing letters to the Anthem board to try and make a change. I mean, we've been seeing all the cryptic tweets over the past couple days of the hourglass emojis, and that then brings us to the biggest talking point, I think, at the moment with TNA, and that is the Josh Alexander situation, because TNA have announced a few re-signings on the road to Hard to Kill in the form of Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, but whenever that was the case, they just said insert name has re-signed with TNA. Josh Alexander's was very different in the sense that they specifically pointed out that they have initiated the option to extend his contract. There have been very conflicting reports, nothing concrete that I've seen, that states one way or another whether or not Josh Alexander is okay with this, whether he is like, you know what, that's fair, whether or not he wanted them to extend the contract and use that year option, or if this is a case of we are going to keep Josh Alexander in TNA and we're going to use this as a message to anybody who might be looking to leave very soon. It's still a really weird situation with TNA, and it's one of those things where it's like TNA have gone through so much. They are literally the company that is hard to kill, and this is a really rough start to the rebrand and a really rough way to get all of this going, because you had everything in place with Scott D'Amore being in there and all of the cool stuff that Scott D'Amore was able to do with Impact over the years. It felt like they finally had a foundation to be as good as they should have been for so many years at this point, and now we're in a position where I don't know what is next for TNA. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's always interesting to hear what people have to say about TNA.